You know that feeling, right? It's the middle of the night and bam, you're wide awake. Your mind's racing, the clock is just staring at you, and you have no earthly idea why you're up. But what if it's not random at all? What if your body is trying to send you a signal? Okay, let's get into it.
So that's the big question, isn't it? Why does this keep happening? Well, I want you to think of this as a mystery that we can actually solve. We're going to look for the clues, line up the usual suspects, and then I'll give you a game plan to crack the case of your own interrupted sleep.
I'm guessing this quote hits home for a lot of you. It just perfectly captures that feeling of frustration, you know? It's not just that you're losing sleep, it's the not knowing why that's so maddening. But that's exactly what we're going to figure out today.
So, where do we start our investigation? Well, we start by looking for clues that are coming from inside your own body. These are the physical signals that can totally throw your sleep off track. Let's meet our first suspect.
Okay, this first one is a biggie, nocturnal hypoglycemia. It sounds fancy, but all it means is that your blood sugar drops too low while you're sleeping. And when that happens, your body's alarm system goes off. It releases stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol to jolt you awake. And it's not a gentle wake-up call, it's like an internal fire alarm going off.
So how can you tell if this is your culprit? Well, the feeling is pretty specific. Do any of these sound familiar? Waking up suddenly, maybe feeling a little sweaty or shaky? Your heart is just pounding and you have this sense of panic. These are the classic calling cards of a nighttime blood sugar dip.
The good news is, there's a really clear plan for dealing with this suspect, and it's important to know the difference between the quick fix and the long-term plan. In the moment, that quick fix, like a few crackers by your bed, can calm everything down. But to prevent it from happening again, the long-term plan is your best friend. A small snack with some protein and carbs before bed can keep your blood sugar steady all night long.
All right, let's bring in our next internal suspect, your digestive system. You know that heavy, spicy, or really fatty dinner you had? It might feel totally fine when you go to bed, but a few hours later, your body's still working on it. And that can cause things like acid reflux that literally wake you up. And of course, we've got a detective plan for this too. If you wake up with that burning feeling in your chest, the fastest fix is just to sit up. Seriously, gravity is your friend here. But for prevention, it's all about timing. Just try to finish up any big meals at least 2 or 3 hours before you plan to turn in for the night.
Okay, so we've looked at the clues inside your body. Now, let's widen our investigation. Let's look at the world around you. Because sometimes the culprit isn't internal at all. It's hiding in your environment or even in your daily habits.
Okay, meet one of the absolute sneakiest suspects out there, caffeine. And I'm not just talking about your afternoon coffee. Caffeine is a master of disguise. It hides in things like chocolate, some teas, certain pain relievers, and even in drinks that say decaf. It's a stimulant, and it can stick around for a long time.
And check this out. This timeline really shows you what I mean. Let's say you have a coffee at 2 in the afternoon. By 8 p.m., half of that caffeine is still active in your system. And then, at 2 a.m., a full quarter of it is still there, ready to mess with your sleep. Kind of puts that piece of dark chocolate after dinner into a new perspective, doesn't it?
Another major external factor can be the timing of your medication, or even just its side effects. Things like stimulants, for ADHD, or even some antidepressants and blood pressure meds can have an energizing effect that's great during the day, but not so great if you take them too close to bedtime.
So here's the plan for this one. For a quick fix, just start a simple log. Tonight, just jot down what you took and when. If you start to see a pattern, well, that's when you move to the long-term plan, which is crucial. Talk to your doctor. Don't ever change your dose or timing by yourself, but bring your log with you and ask if any adjustments might help.
Now, let's talk about a really fascinating suspect that's kind of a mix of internal and external factors. It's called your sleep architecture. And no, it's not about how your bedroom is designed, it's about how your sleep is designed. So what is it? Put simply, it's the natural pattern your brain follows all night long. You cycle through these different stages: light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. It's a really delicate rhythm. And if that rhythm gets thrown off, you might find yourself waking up at the exact same time every single night, right as you're trying to switch from one stage to the next. So how do you protect this sleep architecture? Well, consistency is everything. Waking up at the same time every day, and yes, I do mean on weekends too, is the single most powerful thing you can do to stabilize your body's clock. Then you add in avoiding long naps in the afternoon and creating a screen-free wind-down time before bed, and you're building a much stronger foundation for your sleep. All right. We have identified our suspects. We have gathered the clues. Now it is time to put it all together. This is the part where you become your own sleep detective.
armed with a clear, simple action plan. Think of this table as your master clue sheet. It's your cheat sheet for those middle-of-the-night moments. You can see it connects each trigger to its specific clues and a quick fix. So let's say you wake up feeling shaky and hungry. You just look here. Probably low blood sugar, and the fix is a small snack. It takes the guesswork out of it.
And every good detective needs a toolkit, right? Having these simple things right by your bed means you can handle the situation calmly without having to get up and stumble around in the dark. You're just prepared, ready for whatever clue your body throws at you.
And all of this leads to your in-the-moment plan. When you wake up, the first thing to do is not panic. Just run through these steps. Step 1, just breathe, slow and steady. Step 2, quick safety check. Make sure nothing serious is going on. Step 3, assess the clues. How do you feel? Hungry? Hot? And then Step 4, act on that clue. This turns a moment of panic into a simple, solvable problem.
Now, this part is really important. You have to know the limits of your detective work. If you're having severe symptoms like chest pain, or if you're snoring loudly or gasping for air at night, or if this just keeps happening no matter what you try, it's time to call on a professional. These can be signs of more serious things, like sleep apnea, that really need a doctor's help.
So let's end on this thought. That 3 a.m. wake-up call, the one that feels so frustrating and random? It's not. It's data. It is a signal. And by learning how to read these clues, you're not just solving a mystery, you're basically opening up a direct line of communication with your own body. So the real question isn't, why is this happening to me? It's, what is my body trying to tell me?